Pflugerville, the final weekend of the regular season in high school football, and we think we've got a good one for you as the Weiss Wolves play host to the Anderson Trojans, the undefeated Anderson Trojans. I'm Roger Wallace alongside Keith Moreland. We started this journey back in August with the Anderson Trojans at House Park, winning against McCallum. They're trying to do something they've never done before, go perfect 10-0.
Yeah, it's been excitement. When we saw the schedule at the beginning of the year, we looked at this game. When Corey and you sent the schedule to me, I went, oh, this is going to be fun here at the field. We've got athletes all over the field. Anderson playing as good a football as anybody in the state to go with guys on the other side of the field that are athletes in all positions. They can make things happen. Scoreboard, hope the lights don't go out tonight. There could be a bunch of them.
Might get a workout. Anderson is guaranteed a share of the 12-5A Division I title. They want that outright title. Of course, that would mean that they get that perfect season. Their coin toss brought to you by Favor. Favor brings the store to your door in minutes with HEB now. Now, for the Weiss Wolves, well, they stumbled last week. Their second district loss as they fell to College Station. So instead of coming into this game with a chance to get a share of the district championship, they know their path. They will be the 4 seed, and they will take on LaPorte in the first round of the playoffs. But still, big ball game for this very young team.
No question. When you look at it, we talked this week. Coach Malcolm looked at us. I said, Coach, on your chart, you have an awful lot of guys that look like freshmen. He said, oh, we do. We play a bunch of freshmen. And one of them is an offensive tackle. It is a good one as a true freshman.
There you see the first-year head coach, Malcolm Hill. He's got his first year of varsity experience as the head coach after an offensive coordinator job at Prosper. He's got Central Texas ties, including his high school coach, his Dripping Springs coach, Galen Zimmerman. That was at Frisco Liberty. He played at Rice, and he is, as you talked about, got a load of talent. Meantime, boy, what a job Donald Hatcher has done in his 4th year at Anderson. They made the playoffs last year. And again, this is a team that in 2010, the only time they won 10 ball games, they shared a district title with Westlake and won a playoff game. That's the only time they won a playoff game in the school's history.
Yeah, you just look at the scenario. It's been a magical year, and the other thing that we haven't even mentioned, there could be a record set here tonight.
Yeah, that's right. And we've got the kick as Weiss defers, so the kick goes deep, and that is sharp for Anderson, and Kyler Sharp breaking a couple of tackles. And let's talk about that, Keith, because Caleb Crenshaw, the outstanding running back for Anderson, needs 140 yards not only to break the AISD rushing record, to break his cousin Cedric Alexander's AISD rushing record. Starting lineups brought to you by Favor. Favor brings the store to your door in minutes with HEB now. There you see Crenshaw, that offensive line, always an important factor, led by the left tackle, Jay Gray. And Cove Derbyshire has had an outstanding season, his first year as a varsity starter. So, Anderson, immediately they give it to Crenshaw, and Crenshaw lowers his shoulder, and well, he's now 130 yards shy of the record as he barrels forward for 10 yards.
Well, they just do a great job. He's got such a quick first step. He finishes runs, as you saw right there, and just an outstanding football player. And the thing about it is he can do it so many ways. You saw him that time as a power runner in the middle. He can also get around the edge.
There you see the starting lineup for that Weiss defense. More on that. They've got a freshman defensive tackle. Here's Derbyshire, the quick hitter over the middle. And that is good enough for first down. It was 2nd and 1. Noah McPeak, the tackle, he's a second-year starter, just a junior. Ty Henderson, an outstanding middle linebacker. He's got a number of big-time offers. In fact, he's off to Miami tomorrow for a visit. So Anderson in Weiss territory. They give it to Crenshaw, and not going anywhere that time as he is grabbed by Dede Houston, and the senior did not let go.
Well, did a nice job trying to run a little trap. It didn't work. A nice pressure into the backfield. You can see it right here, trying to run the trap, beat the trap. And then when you do that, you get in the backfield quickly. The trapper can't get there. Goes for minus a yard.
Crenshaw also has a great chance to go over 2,000 yards for the season. Here's Derbyshire. That's a straight keep, and he'll take it down to about the 42-yard line, so that'll bring up a third down. Anderson coming off a win over Lockhart last week, 56-22. Derbyshire did not play in that ball game. Mason Randolph was the quarterback, and we mentioned Weiss coming off the loss to College Station, 35-24.
Yeah, first third down we've seen right here. Going to be important trying to finish this first drive.
Derbyshire rolling and gets Fulmer in the backfield, and Fulmer right to the first down marker, but there is a flag down, and Weiss sideline thinks this is coming back.
Ooh, a big one too, a chop block. So you're engaged. One guy's engaged, one guy goes low. It carries a 15-yard penalty. So instead of getting the first down, or maybe it was right at the line, looked like it was at the line to gain. Now they've got a big third down here, backed up all the way to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, so that turns it into a third down and call it 21 yards. Have to get down to the 30, almost to the 36-yard line. Derbyshire play action, pressure coming. He gets it off, and that is a diving catch, and I believe that is a completion to Ben Hatcher, the coach's son. Well, now, Keith, you've got a fourth down and manageable because you're in no man's land. You're not going to try a 60-yard field goal.
Yeah, Hatcher does a nice job when he sees his quarterback in trouble. Watch him come back to the football. That's a really nice catch to get his hands underneath it, and it does make it an manageable fourth down. But they're coming out showing punt.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and see if they can pin Weiss back. Liam McMillan is the punter. Of course, don't count anything out when it comes to gadgets from either of these teams. And there it is, McMillan on the fake, and McMillan is not going to get it. McMillan just tried to get ahead of steam, and I think it was Ty Henderson initially who got a hold of McMillan, and
it looked like he had a shot. It looked like it was opening up for him to get there, and just held on for dear life to bring him down to the ground, and it does a nice job of turning it over. Good starting field position now.
You see Jorian Quinn, also outstanding safety. So here comes the Weiss offense. They get a stop, and they're led by their sophomore quarterback, Jackson Shad, a two-year starter. He's already over 5,800 passing yards for his career.
A lot of RPOs. They will fake it. They will run a little bit, but a lot of.
There it is right there, and he's not going anywhere. He is stopped by Pierce Miller. Those linebackers, they wrap up a lot of tackles. Miller, Hodges-Smith, and McMillan. There you see Elijah Jasper, Keith, another freshman. They lost a fine running back in Jayon Alexander to injury against Cedar Creek. Trey Moore, outstanding receiver. Anderson L., outstanding receiver. Dallas Shad, brother, also has big numbers. Second down. Shad going deep, and that ball too high and nearly picked by Yaheem Riley. Haven't talked about him. He's a Texas commit, the safety for Anderson.
Yeah, this is going to be a really fun matchup all night. Where you see Moore, you're going to see help, and it's going to be help. It's going to be Riley. It's going to be that guy helping. They were trying to get it in. It had linebacker underneath, safety over the top, and now it's going to be a third and long. And see if they can get some pressure. Can the Trojans here?
Yeah, keep an eye on 91, Max Middleton. All he has is 20.5 tackles for loss. Long look over to the sideline for Shad. A little different look now. Pressure coming, and Shad gets away, but he's going to be brought down short of midfield. Nice job by that Anderson defense. Miller in on the tackle, and Well, now you got 4th down and about 4.
This is just great coverage in the back end. He had plenty of time to get rid of it, but everybody covered. He got what he could get out of it. They're going for it here on 4th down.
Yeah, Hodges Smith, middle linebacker, first one to get to Shad. See if they try to draw Anderson off sides. Play clock's at 15, so a lot of time here. They're going to go for it. Shad swallowed up, and he cannot get away, and there he is, 91. Talked about Max Middleton. He gets the sack, his 8th of the season. So both defenses get stops on 4th down.
Yeah, it's just interesting. Both these coaches are thinking along with me, hey, this is going to take a lot of points to win this game. So they both go for it on 4th down, both turn it over on downs. So excellent starting field position now at the 43-yard line for Anderson here.
So, second possession for Anderson. They got the long run by Crenshaw for 9 on the first play. Got the first down, and then it stalled. Here's that quarterback draw, and Derbyshire falls forward. Tyler Hall, junior defensive tackle, in on that tackle. We mentioned the freshman, Jarrell Scott, 56. He's the nephew of former Oklahoma Sooner Tommy Harris. Again, just a freshman. Second down, that quick hitter to Fulmer. And he's got a first down. That's Jay Fulmer, the junior. 41 catches coming in.
Well, you fake that fake. It's got to take the linebackers. They've got to come up to try to stop Crenshaw. It's just a little RPO. He pulls it out. Easy catch. It's an easy catch, easy play, but he's going to pay for it when you come across the middle.
Derbyshire 67% passing, over 1,463 yards coming in. There's the give to Crenshaw, and again it was 44. Hall in on that tackle, picks up about 3 on the play.
They're so diverse offensively. They come to the line of scrimmage. They're always in a 3 wideout set, and an H-back is their base offense, and single back with Crenshaw.
Crenshaw again, and he stumbles forward, but nice job by Nick Kaufman right there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They get penetration, try to run the trap again. How do you beat traps? When you're trying to pull the off tackle, you saw the off tackle trying to get around, and that's penetration from the front side of the trap, and it's just not able to get there and get the kick out block.
Derbyshire, pressure coming, and Derbyshire is going to have to eat it. And again, off the edge, D.D. Houston.
Boy, these two defenses right now taking away what they want to do. They were trying to get vertical and then drop it down and then do a nice job. They were dragging a guy across the middle and had nowhere to go with the football that time. And
here we go again.
Yeah, it's another 4th down effort.
This is 4th and a 7.
Showing blitz.
Derbyshire again gets flushed, rolling to his left, ball tipped, and that's going to be incomplete. And that Weiss defense, Noah McPeak, got the deflection. And how about 3 drives, 3 fails on 4th down?
Yeah, it's just hard to believe what we've seen. And both coaches, it's conference championships, district championships, everything's on the line. So not holding anything back. But these defenses have impressed me. They've come up with big plays when they've needed to, especially on 3rd and 4th down so far.
So Weiss, second possession. Mentioned Shad, 2,696 yards this year, 2,689 last year. Last year as a freshman, 71% completion rate, 32 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. The give and nothing there. That's McMillan. Levon Whitaker joins us on the sideline. Leon, we came to see the offense so far, the defense showing up.
Yeah, I mean, we got two highly touted offenses like this, and you see them shutting down the run game and anything in between. So it's going to be a defensive battle. It looks like, at least for the up front. We saw this last week. We thought we were going to get a bunch of scoring from two teams that were electric on the offensive side of the ball. It took a little time, but let them get going. I think that's what we're going to see here tonight.
Man, look at that hat, Keith. That's a sweet hat.
That is. I'm telling you what. I like.
He doesn't have it on tonight.
That is a nice hat.
All right.
I guarantee he bought that in Texas.
Second down and long, and now whistles, and that may be a delay of game. We'll see.
I think they got a timeout.
Okay, so Weiss gets the timeout. Dustin Drawhorn's our referee. We'll step away. Short message from Thomas J. Henry.
For over 30 years, Thomas J. Henry has been in the fight for those who have been injured in Texas. With over $1 billion delivered to our clients in the last 4 years and more than 13,000 five-star reviews, our dedication to life-changing results is clear. But don't just take our word for it. Hear from those who've experienced the difference. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust.
So second and long, Weiss, Wolves second possession. Mentioned their youth, but so much talent. Levon, what'd you get from Malcolm Hill before the ball game?
He told me what everybody else is thinking already. They know they want to run the ball. With Caleb Crenshaw, we got to stop it, but pay respect to the rest of the guys on the field because they got some playmakers. But he also told me that his offensive lineman, Gerald Mays, as JJ as he call him, will step in on the defensive side of the ball to help limit Caleb Crenshaw.
Yeah, Mays the center, and Shad avoids the rush, but just too many white jerseys, and Shad going down again. They just outnumbered that Weiss offensive line.
Well, I tell you what, defensively so far, they've done an outstanding job, have the Anderson Trojans, of getting pressure and early pressure. Shad hasn't been able to stand in there. This is a guy that protects the football, and you talked about his numbers. They're spectacular, but he hasn't had time to really set up and try to deliver the football. Another huge third down here. Five-man front from Anderson here.
I have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, so 3rd and 11 now. Blitz look with McMillan off the left edge. We'll see if he comes. He's coming, and Shad has a little time. Now delivers it. Ball might have been tipped, but it's caught. First down, and that is Jordan Anderson L., their outstanding sophomore receiver.
There's a late flag on this, too. What a play, what a catch by going up and getting it. His helmet comes off, and then there was some extracurricular activity. Really nice route. Sells it to the inside, and then comes back out to the outside. You can see him coming across right here, and it's right at the end. The helmet comes off. Now, there's a little pushing and shoving right here at the end. And then I see a flag come out, and I'm not sure that it's not for grabbing your player and bringing him off the field. We'll see what happens.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense, number 5.
Wow.
15-yard penalty. It's a first down. It will be 1st and 10.
So it is a first down, but it negates a lot of the yardage. Ball was not tipped. Shad just on the run, and boy, Anderson L., just a sophomore, 6 foot 185, and he comes in with 52 catches and 15 of those for a touchdown.
Well, just a great. You see him leap then. I love that he caught it right at the top and came down with it. I knew there was some extracurricular stuff when the flag came out, but it is a first down.
Changing up the play. Jasper moves to the left of Shad. Quick hitter, and that's close to another first down. That's Zamar Pye, another sophomore.
He's short in stature, but he has got outstanding explosive speed, and when he catches it, watch this move. Steps to the inside, gets around the outside, and gets that almost to the first down. I think he's going to be marked out about a yard short here on second down.
Keep in mind, they lost one of their best, if not their best receiver, Daniel Berry, in summer, 7-on-7. He was in Miami, committed to North Texas. An embarrassment of riches at receiver. And the give to Jasper, and he's not going to get much. Nice tackle from behind.
Yeah, but enough to get that first down and move those chains. And this is a team that's going to want to throw the football. And if they can get, these little short yardage plays, get just enough to move the chains, because they want to put it in the air. And they're good at it. And they do a lot of different things. Watching some tape, Roger, this week, they do a lot of drags. They do a lot of quick hitches from the inside slot using the outside guy to block.
First down, Jasper the give, and into Anderson territory as clock will tick down inside of 2 minutes here in this first quarter.
Yeah, in a ball game we thought there might be 100 points scored. We haven't had any points on the board so far.
Yeah, the fewest points Weiss has scored was our game a couple weeks ago, 29 down in Anderson. Or Anderson down at Hayes, rather. So second down. Bunch formation to the right. Shad loose and then hit. Gets the pass off, and it is incomplete.
Boy, that's just a really nice job by Shad. Roger, I don't know if he can feel this from behind. We may have a penalty here late. Some conversation here. I did not see the flag on the field.
Holding. Offense, number 77. 10-yard penalty. Replay second down.
It's a big penalty there. It was Rowan Erickson on the coverage doing a nice job, but now.
Right now, Shad doesn't have time to set his feet. He's not had that rhythm in the RPO where he can make the fake to the back and then set his feet and deliver the football because of the pressure created by the Trojans.
So another big penalty that Weiss is trying to overcome here on this drive. They give it to Jasper. This time he's got some daylight. Jasper gets to the edge. Now he turns it up. And Jasper all the way down to about the 36-yard line, but hold everything.
I think this is going to be a hold back about the 45-yard line. You see the football is they're backing them up.
Let's see what
this might be against Anderson.
Yeah, they're going the other way.
Personal foul, hands to the face, defense, number 11. 15 yards from the end of the run. First down.
Wow, so you get the run and you get the hands to the face tacked on, and Weiss has got a first down at the Anderson 21-yard line. We saw that burst from Jasper.
A little bit different alignment with an H-back.
Jasper again squirts through the middle, and he's got good yardage.
And now they're going to try to go quickly right back to the line of scrimmage. There's some substitution situation here. Can he get off the field? Snap it now. Too many men on the field.
Whistles, and
might have got a timeout that time right before the play.
Yeah, Anderson got the timeout.
That's a little change of speeds. You like that. I mean, you've got some rhythm, you got something going, and tried to hurry to the line of scrimmage and got exactly what you want. At least made them use the timeout for the Trojans.
So, Weiss on the move here at the field in Pflugerville, our covert Fort Austin fan cam. This Weiss crowd anxious to see if their team can go a perfect 10-0 heading into the playoffs. They know that they will open up at home at House Park a week from Saturday. They'll play a Saturday afternoon game against Friendswood in a bi-district game at House Park. Weiss knows they will play at LaPorte in their bi-district game.
How about that bi-district matchup?
Yeah. Checking with Levon. That was no accident what they did right there, Levon, huh?
Not at all. Malcolm Hill knew that they had 12 players on the field, Anderson being that team. He's like, snap the ball, telling his quarterback, his offense, let's get going and draw that penalty. Anything you can do to get points on the board and get closer to the goal line at this point.
All right, so second down and short for Weiss. Long count, Shad just checking with the sideline. Play clock down inside of 5. They give it to Jasper, and he's got a first down to the 10-yard line.
Got close to the 10-yard line.
It's a freshman that came in with 13 carries, and he's getting a lot of work here on this drive.
Yeah, he's done a nice job, and good blocking up front. He's been able to push through there. And I'm not sure that this is not first and goal. It's right at the edge of the 10, so they got to go the full 10 yards here. 10th play of the drive.
Nose of the ball touching the 10-yard line. Shad, the fake, little pump fake, now rolling, buys some time, scrambling, and now he's in a world of hurt. And he just had to hold on to it too long, and eventually that front from Anderson got to him.
Well, it's a second coverage sack that I would say in the game. There has time right here, gets in rhythm, nowhere to go. Great coverage on the back end, gets to the outside, good pursuit, and then at this point his survival goes to a sack.
Great look in the end zone. Number 9, Trey Moore. That wasn't bracket, that was the triangle.
They had
triangle and 1. That's going to be the last play of the first quarter. How about that? Scoreless here at the Field on this final Thursday night of the regular season. Back after this.
When a company vehicle hits you, the fight isn't just against the driver. It's against the corporation and their insurance team. Their goal is to protect themselves. Ours is to protect you. At Thomas J. Henry, we've handled some of Texas's toughest company vehicle cases. With over $1 billion recovered for our clients in the last 4 years, we have the results and the experience to back us up. When big companies cause big problems, we get big results. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust.
At Howdy Honda, it's all about great volume, and volume. A great volume of inventory with nearly 700 new Honda models to choose from, like Civic, CR-V, Pilot, Accord, and more. In stock and ready for immediate delivery. A great volume of savings with big discounts, incredible lease specials, and even low APR financing options. All of this matched with a great volume of customer service. It's easy to see why we're the #1 volume Honda dealer in Central Texas. Get to Howdy Honda today, where it's all about volume.
KXAN Game Day Weather Forecast brought to you by A+ FCU. Join Austin's best credit union. Live your A+ life. It's not quite a full moon. Close. Not the full super moon, though. Just almost a full moon.
The last night was bright.
If you think I know what I'm talking about, I don't. That's all from Nick Bannon. So second down and goal after the sack as we start the second quarter here. No points, no punts.
Bracketed coverage on their great receiver at the top of your screen.
They give it to Jasper and fights his way down inside the 10. That'll bring up a third down and goal for Weiss.
When you know you got guys open, you try to surprise right here. He just couldn't bounce to the outside. Did a really nice job of making something out of nothing because Hodges Smith had a hold of him with his hand. He couldn't get, he was around a blocker, but had a hold of him, couldn't break to the outside.
Play clock down to 3 now, and Shad gets the snap right as it's going to 0, and the pass is caught. Touchdown, and that's a brother combo right there. Jackson to Dallas Shad for the touchdown, and Weiss strikes first.
A really nice, well designed on the outside receiver slants to the inside, outside receiver drops right in behind him, and he's open. No way to bracket him and keep it away. Pitch and catch for the touchdown. 12-play drive.
Weiss strikes first. 39th touchdown pass for Jackson Shadd. 7th touchdown catch for Dallas. Extra point from Cesar Balderas is good. Timeout on the field. Weiss on top of Anderson.
Let nothing stand between you and the tree stand with the fast, durable Kubota Sidekick. Be ready year-round with the Kubota Sidekick. Visit your local Kubota dealer today.
From the Texas coast to the Texas Hill Country, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
Shift into a more affordable auto loan by refinancing with A-Plus FCU, Austin's best credit union. With our A-Plus Beat Your Rate offer, save 1% APR or more off your current auto loan rate and get on the road to living your A-Plus life. With lower monthly payments, less interest, and a faster loan payoff. Apply today at aplusfcu.org/beatyourrate.
When it's time for laundry, Buff City Soap has you covered. Their liquid laundry soap has double the cleaning power, customizable scents, and simple ingredients. So good you'll find reasons to do laundry. Get it now for $10 off using the code above at buffcitysoap.com.
Back at the field, Weiss strikes first. They overcome some big penalties, also with the aid of a big penalty on that drive.
12 plays. Get to it after this kickoff.
And that taken at about the 8-yard line. Sharp and cannot escape at the 24. Holding on for dear life is Ty Henderson.
Well, not only did Weiss get in the end zone, which is important to take the early lead, they do it in 6 minutes and 18 seconds. How do you play defense? With a great offense and use that time off the clock.
Have your defense on the bench.
Yes, exactly right.
So here comes Anderson. Again, they have not lost a ball game this year. They've had some close ones, including that wild 5 overtime win at A&M Consolidated. Crenshaw has it, gets to the edge, and then slips down after a gain of only a couple of yards.
Yeah, right, he pushed off on that left foot to come to the ground, and his left foot just came out from under him, and
kind of blew a
looked
tire.
like he had the corner right there too.
Crenshaw, hop, step, and then power. And boy, Weiss doing a nice job of getting a lot of jerseys around Crenshaw, not letting him escape.
I love that little jump step he's got, though. You can see him right there, just getting just enough, making it a manageable 3rd down. And right now they need a first down conversion.
See if they keep it on the ground with Crenshaw. They got the fullback in there with an H-back, and they give it to Crenshaw, and he got hit initially, falls forward. That's going to be short. And they're going to have to make a decision here deep in their own territory on a 4th down.
Yeah, they're right back to the line of scrimmage, and they're going to go for it.
Here we go. Crenshaw has it. He is hit. I think he's got enough, and that'll be a first down, but having to earn it. Hey, Levon Whitaker, this is a pretty good uniform battle tonight. Those Weiss helmets and that clean Anderson look.
Oh, yeah, I would agree, man. With the 5-1-2 on the side of the helmets, they shining, looking good. And then Anderson with the all-white, which is a little blue accent in there. But, yeah, I like the jersey battle there to go along with such a big game for both of these teams at this point in the season.
I'm not usually that guy, but
yeah, I was going to say, that's
kind of caught my eye. Crenshaw again, 4th consecutive carry, and he is wrapped up. Not much there. That is Reagan Smith, another sophomore, and another flag on the play.
Now, this could be a face mask. Let's see what the call is here. Bounces out here.
After the play,
Dead ball.
Personal foul. They'd hit out of bounds. Offense number 6. 15-yard penalty. Down count. And down.
So not only does the big part of that is you get the 15-yarder, your extracurricular stuff, the down.
Dead ball.
Yep.
Yep, so now again, a tough down and distance for Anderson. It should be second down, and they do change it over.
Going to have to get some in the vertical passing game, or the Trojans just loosen up this defense, because this defense is just all around the ball. Yeah, timeout here.
Not sure if Anderson called the timeout.
It may have been an injured Weiss player, and they used the timeout. They're working on a player that came off the field. Might have taken the timeout where he could stay in the game.
Fans, mark your calendars on Tuesday, November 19th from 6 to 8 p.m.
So
You're invited to the Future Ready.
Weiss on top, 7-0, and Anderson come right back out.
High school, P-Tech, special ed services, career technical programs.
In the number for Crenshaw, by the way, the record is 5,286 yards, held by Cedric Alexander.
We'll see you there.
Crenshaw's dad played running back at A&M, Shannon Crenshaw. So,
well, he's got 25 yards on 8 carries right now.
And I don't see either team charge a timeout because they both use one, correct?
Yeah, that's
so
strange.
It might have been an official's timeout. All right, so 2nd and 24. Inside give to Fulmer, and Fulmer gets the edge and turns on the Jets, and he gets a huge chunk of it back all the way out to about the 45-yard line.
I had a little misdirection. He lines up as a slot receiver. Watch him come back on the inside pitch. That's actually a pass that goes in, and he does a nice job, makes it a manageable 3rd down. Really nice misdirection play right there.
Yeah, out at just beyond the 40-yard line, that little flip pass. So officially for Fulmer, it's a reception as well. 3rd down and 6 now. They fake it, and then Derbyshire was bottled up, breaks a tackle, spins, loss of football. Weiss has the fumble recovery. It's Reagan Smith with the recovery, and the Wolves take over in Anderson territory.
I was trying to make something happen right here, and when he did, started running really loose. It's all bottled up. They were trying to run the same look as the previous play, but watch, he gets that ball out by himself and gets it stripped right out of the backside and does a great job. How about a strip and bring it down yourself? Do it all at once. And great opportunity here for the Wolves to take a 2-possession lead.
Yeah, that's Smith, the sophomore bandit, with the strip sack. So Weiss with a short field, a 7-0 lead. And now there'll be a timeout by Weiss. Their second timeout. So they'll be down to 1 timeout, but boy, so far the story of this ballgame, Keith, has been this Weiss defense.
Yeah, I mean, to think about it, Trojans ran 7 plays, turned it over on downs on their first possession. They ran 5 plays. They got a 1st down run. Then 4 plays later, they turned it over on downs. And then this drive, a 7-play drive, the big part of this last drive for the Trojans was the penalty, the personal foul after the play, and that backed them up, and then the fumble. So doing a nice job. Last possession, 12 plays, 63 yards, and a touchdown for the Wolves. So this is and they take over at the 37-yard line. So they are 2 first downs for being in the red zone.
Coaches sometimes on that sudden change, they like to take a shot. They were all spread out with 3 receivers to the left of Shad. They empty it. Shad, pressure coming, steps up, got his man down to about the 30, and that's his brother again.
Boy, his ability to move around, though. They get pressure early. He's, no blocker back there to help him. So he slides up, steps up, and Good open field tackle, no question. But nice job of finding a receiver on the move there.
Yaheem Riley with the stop, but not before an 8-yard gain for Weiss. Opens up a lot of options on second down. Shad, pocket breaks down, and Shad cannot get away. Good job downfield, Keith. Looks like he had some time there in the pocket, just nothing there.
Yeah, this coverage has been really good by the Trojans. That's the third covered sack of the ball game here in the first half. And you can see him. He had time to go, just nobody to go to. And look at all those white jerseys flying back to the football. Makes it 3rd and 5 here. 4-down territory, I would think.
Zach Seselak, the junior, in on that tackle. Looked like Shad kind of ran into his right guard, Marcus Libby, there, and that slowed him down.
They bring in an extra offensive lineman at the H-back position. This is a running formation.
And they keep it on the ground. Jasper, that tells you they're going for it on 4th.
To me, it does.
River Anderson there on the tackle.
The extra offensive lineman stays in the game here.
A pretty big moment right here in this ball game, Keith.
No doubt.
Another 4th down. Shad, the fake. Now he gets loose. He's got room to the edge. He's going to throw it, and that ball is caught by Moore down to the 11. How about that decision? He certainly could have run for the first down, but he throws a strike to Trey Moore.
Moore does a great job of keeping it. Now they go quickly right back to the line of scrimmage.
Number 2 on the tackle.
But really nice job of getting outside the pocket and keeping his vision up. He definitely could have run for the first down.
Shad going to the corner. Anderson, L. Boy, a lot of hand fighting there. No flag, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
He was tackled, Roger. That's the best way to put it. Look at his jersey.
Well,
his jersey is pulled off of his shoulder pads.
That's like the old shoe polish version for baseball. Right?
Yeah.
And that jersey did just move under my shoulder pads.
Yeah.
Now, 2nd down. Yeah, they got big Jagger Glowacki, backup offensive lineman, in there at the H-back.
Ball start. Offense, 67. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Yeah. Opens up the field a little bit, but now you got a 2nd down. You can get a 1st down inside the 3.
Yeah, they're still bracketing Moore on the top side, so more than likely be some kind of combination route here on the to the wide side of the field, to the bottom of your screen. You can see them close together. You can see if they can come out and do some kind of switch, try to get the backers.
Shad rolling, pressure coming. McMillan gets a hold of Shad, and he's going to go down. Flag comes. Let's see what the call is. We've seen a bunch of flags, and they've all been pretty substantial penalties. Now, that false start was a 5-yarder, but
I think this is holding, and they'll decline this and take the sack.
Well, that Weiss front, Keith, is relentless. Or the Anderson front.
Yeah, they have been getting pressure. Let's see what the call is. It's going to be a big one.
Holding. Offense, number 70. That penalty declined. Also, sideline warning. Weiss, no yardage penalty will be assessed.
Okay, so the sideline warning comes with no yardage. The next one will come with yardage.
Yes.
Boy, now they got, we've seen a few of these.
Yeah, 3rd and forever. I mean, they're not in field goal range, so.
Shad, pressure coming up front, gets away. Now he delivers the ball, and it is picked off. Intercepted at the 10-yard line.
Intercepted.
And Anderson comes up with a big turnover. That's Grayson Lake, his 3rd pick of the season.
Well, he just plays. This is exactly what a safety's supposed to do. Stay behind the ball. He's back there. They're bracketed coverage on top. He sees the ball being forced. Now watch him come off of his guy, come to the other guy in defense of his teammate, comes up the pick at the 10-yard line. And I got to tell you, that was an important possession for this Trojan team. They did not want to go down 2 possessions. Now, they got a long way to go, but at least they avoid giving up more points.
Yeah, and we're already inside of the 6-minute mark here this 2nd quarter. Direct snap to Crenshaw with Derbyshire out in front. Weiss does a nice job to string it out. Let's check in with Levon.
Before the last drive for Weiss, before they scored that touchdown, Malcolm Hill telling his quarterback, Jackson Shad, hey, man, if you don't have it, throw it away. We do not need turnovers in this game, as tough as it is already. Don't force the issue, especially on 3rd and 28. You know, you got to throw the ball out of bounds, take the sack, just protect the ball at all costs, especially in a defensive battle like this.
Those drums are right in Levon's ear down there.
Yeah, they are.
2nd down. Derbyshire again forced out of the pocket, and he's got his man Fulmer streaking to the sideline.
What a nice job. This is an excellent job as a quarterback. Watch him, folks, as he gets outside. Watch him square his shoulders where he can throw this ball. He gets those shoulders square where he can get it across. Tough pass to make. Gets the 1st down, moves the chains. Now they have breathing room.
Jay Fulmer so far the most productive Trojan. He has had 3 big catches already. Fake the throw. Fulmer has it, goes down to get it, and that's a quick pickup of 8 more yards.
A little RPO that time. Just get it out of your hands in a hurry as a quarterback, and it was right there. Wasn't the greatest to pass, but get it out of your hands. Get it down low where your guy's the only guy that's got a chance to catch it.
Also big for Anderson because Weiss will start the 2nd half with the ball as the clock ticks to 4.5 minutes here in the half. Crenshaw turns it up, but
he's got a 1st down.
Yeah, he does, but they've done a nice job. We've seen, well, maybe the best run of the year was on night number 1 when he went 89 against McCallum. It was a great highlight at any level.
He shows you he's diverse. I mean, very diverse as a running back. He can take it to the outside and use his speed, but he's also powerful, as you saw right there.
Fake, and then Derbyshire's tripped up by Ty Henderson. Well, Malcolm Hill told us about this sophomore linebacker, Henderson, and he's lived up to it. He's special.
Yeah, he is special. He is everywhere on the field. He's made plays in the secondary. He's done a nice job of fielding his position. And linebackers, when you have a great running back, they're going to be so important to help you win a ball game.
High snap, and Derbyshire, I don't know if he got it. Yeah, it looked like he did, but boy, he was in a battle with Henderson. 7-on-7 right there, and Derbyshire.
Boy, he took a blow.
Slow to get up,
yeah. He took a heck of a blow to get back on the football. And he is up, but it's going to be 3rd and long again.
Yeah,
they keep shooting themselves in the foot, Roger. These negative plays, they want to stay ahead of the change and use their running game. Well, they're going to have to put it in the air here.
Yeah, now it's we're inside of 3 minutes here, and you got another. Well, we have had a bunch of these. Derbyshire going up top, and that ball incomplete. Looking for Hatcher. Coverage by KJ Washington. Yet another sophomore.
Well, this is a pretty good back shoulder throw right here. Hatcher had to look, you see him trying to go to the back shoulder. Just a little bit wide, and he couldn't come up to it. Good coverage on the back end, and Trojans are going to line up. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
They're going to line up to punt it away.
Yeah, McMillan, of course, on the fake was stopped last time he tried. I got to believe, Keith, that this part of the field, you're going to see a punt. Boy, nearly blocked, and that ball straight up in the air, and that's going to take a Weiss bounce and down right around midfield. So, boy, advantage Wolves right here. 2:32 to go, and they've got the ball with a 7-0 lead.
Yeah, it's a 14-yard punt. Just like that, great starting field position. This is the third possession they have taken over in Anderson's side of the field. They're going to mark, well, it's not the side of the field. They're going to mark it right at the 50.
That was, if not tipped, it was really close to being blocked.
First time we've seen a two-back set.
Yeah, they put more in the backfield. Now they'll put him in motion. Shad, quick hitter. Pye has it. Picks up about 5.
Well, they like that little RPO move. They've run it about 6 times already in this ballgame, where you fake and get it out to your slot receiver and get it in a hurry and hope that he can break one tackle with 5 positive yards.
That'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. So 2 minutes to go here in the first half, and Weiss has a 7-0 lead. Well, you think you know?
Yeah.
And then they play.
Yeah, it's why we look at, we study, we get ready for these ball games, anticipating things going one direction or the other, thinking it was going to be a high-scoring game. And this game's been all about defense, Roger. It's been incredible. We've had 2 turnovers in the game. We've had 3 possessions with a over on downs, going for it on 4th down. And we've had 1 touchdown drive. It was a 6-minute drive. So just about 27 yards on 9 carries right now for Crenshaw.
Yeah, and that's a Weiss defense that in their loss to College Station gave up 344 yards rushing. So obviously they had a good week of practice, because this looks like a different defense from that perspective.
Why do coaches gray early?
Yeah.
Because things week to week don't work out the way you think it will.
So 2 minutes to go here in the half. Weiss has 1 timeout remaining. And Malcolm Hill thinking score with little time on the clock and basically turn it into back-to-back possessions. Donald Hatcher thinking, we got to make something happen on defense here.
We're taking a lot all the way down here on the play clock.
Yeah, they do that. Shad, 4-man rush, wants to go deep, going down the seam, and that ball is incomplete. Maybe a little mix-up there.
Yeah, he was thinking more of a ball that he's going down, and then receiver ran a seam, as you talked about, and the ball was over the back, not catchable whatsoever. This becomes, I think, a really big play in this game, because do you go for it on 4th down? I don't think you do with inside 2 minutes. And on the other side, if you get a 1st down here, you can get into your hurry up and come away with some points here.
Yeah, especially if it's an incomplete pass. The clock stops. And Weiss is going to use that 3rd timeout now, as Malcolm Hill wants to make sure they're buttoned up.
Well, the Trojans came to the line of scrimmage there and showed blitz. They brought up all 3 linebackers. They had 7 coming and playing man defense, showing man defense anyway, and so got a timeout.
Well, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask Levon about the weather here on Thursday night, week 11. I know it's a little warmer than usual, but I imagine by now pretty pleasant down there.
This is nice. This is not as bad as last week. It was a little chillier than I expected. But tonight I didn't even bring a jacket.
Now you're complaining
tonight.
it was too chilly?
It was a little bit. I enjoyed it. I still enjoyed it, but it was a little, that third quarter got a little rough for me. But it's okay right now though. I like this. A little breeze. I think we're in the 60s or the 70s right now. So at least that's what my Apple Watch says. So it's not bad.
Yeah, it's supposed to be back in the 90s tomorrow.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, wow.
All right, so Weiss, no timeouts. Third down.
Third down.
Well, they spread the field. Sideline to sideline here with receivers.
Chad takes a long look over to the sideline. Let's that play clock go down inside of 3, 2, 1. And they didn't get it off. They did not get that off. Boy, coming out of a timeout. They didn't have a timeout, so that's going to be a delay.
Yeah,
Delay of game.
I mean, they got to the line of scrimmage with 20 seconds to go in the play clock, and they were trying to adjust. They had a couple of shifts, and instead of 3rd and 5, boy, it makes it tough now. They're back to the start of this drive right at the 50, so 3rd and 10.
They go tandem receivers down at the bottom of your screen. Shad. Time. Pocket breaks down. Now Shad trying to get to the edge, and he does. Down inside the 40, stays on his feet, and he's got a first down. Wow, what a move.
Just a great job of feeling it, bouncing to the outside. What a great job right here. They brought 5. He starts to the right, and I watch him come all the way back across the formation and just outruns, turns the corner. Stays in bounds, makes a nice move to stay in bounds and get some extra yardage.
He was holding that hand when he's coming off, and that's the right hand as he gets the first down, gets out of bounds, as you said, and now time really shouldn't be a factor, even without a timeout at this part of the field. Pressure coming. Floats it out to Dallas Shad, and he gets away, but they'll call Yaheem Riley's hit out of bounds. They couldn't get him to the ground before he got out of bounds. That's a big play right there.
Huge play. You think his momentum was stopped, and right here you thought you got him, get him down in bounds. Instead, the last blow gets him down, but that causes it to go out of bounds and stops the clock.
Yeah, Grayson Lake was holding on, wanted to make sure he didn't get away, but Shad does a nice job of getting out of bounds. Picked up about 5 on the play. Blitz coming and wrapped up by Max Middleton, and that's going to be yet another sack for their outstanding senior defensive end.
Right, just a speed rush around the outside. He gets a great explosion off the line of scrimmage, and he just has a speed, and then a swim move right around and gets to him, brings him to the ground. Clock now moving.
9th sack on the season for Middleton. Well, he's got to be under consideration for District Defensive Player of the Year.
No doubt.
Clock ticking towards 1 minute here. 3rd down and 12. Here comes the heat. Shad gets away, gets it off, caught, loose. Shad to Shad for 6 again.
Could be a downfield block or a hold that could bring this back. It's going to be down in the scoring position down the field, but this is going to come back.
Flags at the 4-yard line. You saw the signal from one of the Anderson defenders that there was a hold. Well, what an escape job right there by
it's just
Jackson.
Unbelievable. How does he get away and then find a receiver? And then right here, I think that's right at the top of your screen.
Yep.
There was a takedown, and because of that, it's going to back it up 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
From the spot of the foul, first down.
So it's going to bring it back to the 15-yard line, but does take points off the board.
Yeah, and Weiss, though, still 46 seconds to go, and now they've got to go another 15 yards. So moving up, moving back.
That's such a great job of avoiding the rush.
Getting that long look to the sideline. Shad, pressure coming, and he is swallowed up. Cesalak, the first one to get to him. Now, time becomes an issue.
Well, they got to get to the line of scrimmage here. Second down, so you got plenty of downs. They got to get something quick. I would think some kind of bucket ball, try to get a jump ball to the outside, because the pressure's just getting there so quickly.
Clock's going to be under 20 seconds here and ticking. Shad going to the corner and incomplete. Looking for Anderson L. And with 13 seconds to go, that'll bring up third down.
Well, if you don't get this ball in the end zone, I think you got to throw it to the end zone, because if it comes down short of the line to gain, I don't think you can get it. You can't spike it because it's going to be third down.
You do have, if you get a first down, you can get a first down. Getting that long look to the sideline. Shad coming, pressure coming, gets away. Shad escapes into the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Shad again to Shad. What a play by little brother Jackson.
To both of them. What a night. How about avoiding this? How do you get out of this? Just completely wrapped up, seems to be, and it gets to the outside, and then how about that catch?
Not even sure he was the intended receiver. Anderson L was reaching up like it was for him. Wow. 5 seconds to go. We'll take a timeout.
I think we're out of tortillas.
We can manage, right?
I'm here without you, baby, but you're still on my lonely mind. I think about you, baby, and I dream about you all the time.
Oh, that's Favor with our HEB Now order.
When it's got to be HEB and it's got to be now, Favor brings you HEB Now.
Bologna taco.
Get 15 items in as little as 45 minutes. Favor, how Texas orders in.
When an 18-wheeler hits, nothing else matters. The damage is massive. The injuries are life-changing. Trucking companies move fast to protect themselves. You need a law firm that moves faster. For over 30 years, Thomas J. Henry has taken on the biggest trucking companies in Texas and won. Because in cases this serious, experience isn't optional, it's everything. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust.
5 seconds to go on a third down and long, and Jackson Shad has his 40th touchdown pass of the season.
And it culminates a 50-yard, 9-play drive that took 2:27 off the clock, and now a 2-possession game. What a first half for Mr. Shad, the Shad family.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
There's a squib kick. Hatcher will tiptoe out of bounds with 3 seconds, so a chance for one play. Well, this could be a stat play here, Keith, with Crenshaw.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to throw the ball, but they might just give it to one and see if he can bust one. Because Weiss is going to play.
On the clock at the end of the play. Please reset the game clock. 2 seconds.
Okay, 2 seconds. Yeah, Crenshaw had the 9-yard run on his first carry and nothing more than 4 since then.
Nope. So it'll be interesting. Did they come out and basically take a knee?
Yep, obviously that's.
Or they're going to line up in a regular formation.
Weiss will get the ball to start the second half. Yep, they give it to Crenshaw, and he's got room. Cuts it back, and actually that hole closed pretty good, and that's going to do it. So he picks up another 5. Wow, what a first half. Jackson Shad, outstanding play on 3rd and long. This Weiss defense has been, I'm sure, as good as they've been all year.
Well, they've just been outstanding. And then Anderson, their defense, they got to feel snake bit a little bit. They've been in the backfield all night, but haven't been able to get him on the ground enough to keep him from throwing 2 touchdown passes.
Yeah, and the first one called not back, but not allowed a touchdown because of the holding penalty that really was away from the play. I don't think it really affected the play, but then they overcome that. They overcome a sack, and be interesting to see how this unfolds with Weiss getting the ball to start the second half, and Anderson. All week long, they've been hearing about 10-0 outright district championship.
Yeah, they got to have a stop, and then they got to get their offense rolling to get something going, because they've turned it over on downs twice. They fumbled it and punt, so that's been their offense. And they had 5 possessions. That last one a 2-second possession.
So on this final Thursday night of the regular season, we go to the break. But the Weiss Wolves on top of Anderson, 14-0. You're watching high school football on KBVO, brought to you by Thomas J. Henry.
We came to Rooms to Go with a challenge. A big one. Create a sectional that looks amazing, feels great, and costs less than $1,000. People said it couldn't be done. Said we were dreaming. But Rooms to Go said, challenge accepted. The result? The newest addition to the Drew and Jonathan collection. Crafted for comfort, made for you, and under $1,000. Now this is high style at a low price. Come see everything we're working on. It's Drew and Jonathan for Rooms to Go.
I was provided the opportunity to go to the state capitol and talk to leaders and share my voice and my story to advocate and talk about important issues.
Nasia said it great, organizing their story and preparing in a more professional way to advocate for themselves.
Boys and Girls Club has given me a safe place to grow to the person I am today.
Donate to Boys and Girls Clubs of the Austin area to support youth like Nasia, because Austin needs club kids and club kids need you.
At The Joint, we help with more than a stiff back.
The Joint helped me get mobility back in my shoulders.
I've had migraines for years, but The Joint really helped me put them in check.
I look forward to my visits every month.
The Joint Chiropractic. Scan the code for your $29 new patient special.
Ask your friends and neighbors who they trust for their flooring projects. Chances are they've experienced the Landers Advantage. With exclusive brands, quality workmanship and expertise, and a lifetime installation guarantee, it's no surprise we've been successfully serving Austin for more than 20 years. Your Landers Premier flooring expert personally handles your project from start to finish, helping with product selection and ensuring your flooring dreams easily become reality. So come talk with the experts at Landers Premier Flooring, Austin's official flooring headquarters.
I saw what you did there.
I slowed down and looked for pedestrians in the crosswalk.
You did?
And I will watch for people before I turn.
You've earned your stripes.
Oh!
You've seen the plays. Now get to know the players. Welcome to Texas and O's, your front row seat to the world of Texas athletics. The games, the athletes, the coaches that make the 40 acres the standard everyone's chasing. Tune in each week as we catch you up on everything Texas, right here on Texas and O's.
Brought to you on KXAN by Advanced Pain Care. The pain stops here.
Halftime continues here at the Field. It's senior night for the Weiss band. They performed before the ball game. Now all the band and their families being recognized here at halftime. Of course, this is the end of the regular season. Both of these teams will move on into the postseason, but boy, this first half unfolds, Keith, not what we expected. Not the fact that Weiss is leading this ball game. We know they're a really good team, but the way they've held down that Anderson offense.
Yeah, the ball game started with 2 turnover on downs, and then all of a sudden a 3rd down, and Chad turns the score and gets all of a sudden Weiss on the board, and then big play right here. He gets to the outside, think you're going to get away with it, and the fumble stops another possession from the Trojans, and they just can't get anything offensively going in the ballgame.
Yeah, Reagan Smith with the strip sack, and then here's Shad again, another tough down and distance, and goes up top, and it gets picked off by Grayson Lake. So number 2 making big defensive plays. Anderson need that turnover, but again, couldn't do anything with it. End of the half, just an outstanding individual play by Jackson Shad.
Yeah, and then his brother goes up the top of his lead and catches it. He's not sure the ball was being thrown to him.
That's right,
but he went up and found it and brought it down, and that's brother congratulating little brother. And just like that, it's a 14-0 ball game. Now, the Trojans undefeated, 9-0 coming in, trying to win a district championship. They're already going to be co-district champions, but you look at the scenario here, they don't have the ball to start the second half. They're going to have to play defense and get a stop and get this thing turned around quickly.
Yeah.
On the other side, just real quickly on the other side, if you can go down to get points on this first drive, it's going to make it very difficult.
And you're talking about A&M Consolidated sitting there at 6-1. They play at Lockhart, and that's going to be a tough night for Lockhart to try to knock off A&M Consol. So they win that, and Anderson can't make the comeback. You do have co-district champs. Now, Anderson won the head-to-head, so they would earn the top seed. That's why we already know the matchups here. But Anderson, they don't want to share when it comes to that trophy. Now, the secondary story is very secondary right now, and that's Caleb Crenshaw. He's going to have another ball game after this at least to get those yards. They need to try to do something offensively to win the game. But that goes to my point of the Weiss defense.
No question. They gave up 300 yards rushing in their last outing and lost a football game. So we came into this game thinking, well, they're going to have to find a way to stop Crenshaw, who's been outstanding all season. Well, he's got 11 snaps for 36 yards here in the first half.
Yeah, and 9 on the first snap of the ball game. He needs 140 to break the AISD rushing record. And you see Anderson be interesting to see. Now, Derbyshire, both these quarterbacks, they've taken a bunch of hits in the ball game as well.
And got away from it. They've moved the pocket. Been tough to bring down. It's been a really interesting game. We thought explosive offense for both sides. Felt like we may have a high-scoring game. Well, it's been defense in this ball game. You never know what's going to happen when you play a football game. And so it'll be interesting adjustments, too. Always halftime adjustments are always interesting for me. Did you see something that you can exploit if on one side, or if somebody's exploiting you, can you figure out a way to stop it?
Interesting Friday night of games. There are a number of big games, including the one we've got over on KXAN Plus tomorrow night, and that is Westlake and Dripping Springs. That's got a lot on the line, even though the playoffs are set in 26-6A. If Dripping Springs upsets Westlake and Vandergrift beats Round Rock, Westlake and Vandergrift would play in the first round. That's a state champ from 6A and a runner-up from 6A from last year in a by-district game.
Yeah, it's unbelievable to think that might happen because of the big school, little school situation in 6A. So it's interesting. A lot of things happening. This is the most fun time of the year. I mean, we're getting close to Christmas, but if you're a high school football fan, this is Christmas time. It's getting playoff time.
Yeah, I believe that's been moved to 7 o'clock, right, Corey? The kickoff time is at, there you go, 7 o'clock, Dripping Springs and Westlake. And again, that 25-6A, you've got a lot of different scenarios there. Vandergrift plays at Round Rock. Round Rock's in the Hut. Hutto has a chance to either share a district title with Vandergrift, win a district title outright, or neither, depending on what happens against McNeil. And then Vista Ridge is sitting there at 4-3, and they still have a chance to get into the postseason. There's 5 schools playing for 4 spots in 25-6A. All right, Weiss won the toss. They deferred, so they're going to get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, the wind is picked up. Levon might be able to tell us a little bit, but we didn't have this breeze as we were playing the first half. Now a pretty stiff breeze out of the south.
Yeah, and Ryan Ospo is not used to not doing anything for a whole half of football, and he will punch that one down to about the 19-yard line, and that's KJ Washington, and he takes it out to about the 35-yard line. Well, what about the atmospheric conditions here to start the second half? Wells, I know you caught up with Malcolm Hill before they went into the locker room. What do you have?
Here it all feels pretty similar to what it did in that first half. When I talked to Malcolm Hill, he told me, listen, this is going to be a defensive battle for the entire 4 quarters, and he expects nothing less from Anderson. They're 9-0. They want to stay undefeated, and he's well open to the challenge. He just wants his guys to go out there and execute.
Well, Needless to say, pretty big drive for this Anderson defense right now. So Weiss, Shad, the sophomore quarterback, 2 touchdowns, both to his brother. And that receiver screen to Trey Moore, good first down yardage there. That's almost indefensible.
Well, he's such a good runner after he catches the ball, and they're right back to the line of scrimmage. They did not use him on many of those bubble screens in the first half. Come out, that's the first play of the second half.
7 yards. And again, they go with those tandem receivers. This time it's Jasper. One cut, and he darts up the middle for a first down.
Just one good move, good lateral step for the young running back. And boy, they do a good job of getting him down, because he would look like right here he had a chance to take this maybe to the house.
Second dad, Shout with the pump fake, wants to go deep. Got a man, Anderson L. Can't quite reach it.
It was really nice. It was a double move on the outside, and it was set up perfectly. Going with the wind at your back right here, the double move to the outside, and he just lays it up and just out of reach. Well, that's 6.
Yeah, he got some separation. You saw Shad able to kind of step, hop up in the pocket, and make the strong throw a little too strong. And a long look to the sideline, calling out instructions. And Jasper, that hole closed quickly, and Smith and Miller there to grab him.
Well, this is that first real opportunity for this Trojan defense to get a stop. Right now, you got them 3rd and 8. Been able to get pressure all night.
Shad makes all those calls at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down. Shad spins out of the way. Middleton coming, and now pressure. Shad just tries to get something, and he's knocked out of bounds. And that's going to bring up 4th down. And the Trojan down on the sideline, slow to get up. I think that gets Hodges Smith, their middle linebacker. Take a look.
Right there, he had an open receiver in the slot. It just didn't get the ball of his hands, and then a really nice job of getting to the outside, and Smith did a nice job of pushing him out of bounds and then slow to get up. He made contact with the chain right there.
Yeah, and he tried to get up but couldn't. All right, 4th down and 9. Weiss is going to line up like they're going to go for it. And they are. Shad, pressure coming. Gets the pass off, too tall though. And Anderson with a huge stop, and pretty big risk on 3rd and 9.
It was. He had him open, but Shad felt the backside pressure. Now watch right here as he's coming. The backside, he's coming. He never really could step into it. That right foot he couldn't get stepped. It allowed the ball to sail on him a little bit and over on downs. Both teams have turned it over on downs twice apiece tonight.
Yeah, well, Malcolm Hill doesn't like to punt the ball, so they roll the dice. Now Anderson with a short field, trying to get on the scoreboard. A little different look. They go I formation with a fullback, but again, that Weiss front closes the door on Caleb Crenshaw for maybe a yard.
Well, they have just done a great job. They try to lead up in there, and you see 4 of those jerseys all around him when he tried to get into the hole. They do give him a yard gain.
You see that freshman defensive tackle, Jarrell Scott, didn't make the play, but he tied up a blocker. That's how those linebackers can get in there and make those tackles. 2nd down, Crenshaw, and again, good balance, good power, but that's going to bring up a 3rd and 4.
He's just so good in that crowd of people. You can see that little spin move. He had nowhere to go, and it just moves in there and gets that ball all the way down to the 47-yard line. So he's got got 5 on that one, so 3rd and 3.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt unless there's a negative play. This is 4-down territory. Anderson trying to get on the scoreboard. Derbyshire, that's Yaheem Riley, comes into play. Some offense, lost the ball. Ball on the turf, and it's recovered by Weiss. D.D. Houston. Riley had the first down, but then lost the ball, and that'll give it back to the Wolves.
Nice. Does a nice job. Plays a little offense too, but he makes a move right here, and then watch this ball get knocked out from the backside. What an outstanding job of coming up and knocking that football out. Was that 6 or 9?
Yeah, that was Noah McPeak, number 6, their junior linebacker. Boy, just when it looked like Anderson had something going on offense. And Jasper, not much there.
Short gain.
Hodges Smith back down on the ground.
Yeah, and he's pounding the turf out of frustration. Oh, you hate to see that.
Got a player down on the field.
Smith, their outstanding senior linebacker.
Checking up on the play.
Working on a lower body injury.
Yeah, that right leg. Can we take a timeout here with 9:03 to go here in the 3rd quarter? Weiss on top of Anderson. You're watching high school football on KBVO.
I think we're out of tortillas.
We can manage, right?
I'm here without you, baby, but you're still on my lonely mind. I think about you, baby, and I dream about you all the time.
Oh, that's Favor with our HEB Now order.
When it's got to be HEB and it's got to be now, Favor brings you HEB Now.
Bologna taco.
Get 15 items in as little as 45 minutes. Favor, how Texas orders in.
For more than 100 years, Pella has crafted windows and doors that turn houses into homes. Your place of comfort and joy. Step into the Pella Experience Center to explore designs that fit your life. From classic style to modern innovation, you'll see why Pella windows and doors stand out. And our certified installation is paired with a warranty you can count on, so you know your investment will last for years to come. Visit Pella Windows of Austin, just south of the Domain on Burnett Road.
Hodges Smith able to walk off, and then on 2nd down, short run by Jasper. So Keith, big 3rd down play here for both sides.
Another big 3rd down. And trip receivers to the bottom of your screen to the wide side of the field here.
Here comes a blitz. Shad has time now. Pocket breaks down. Shad in trouble, and he's going to go down again. Oh, that coverage in the secondary, a big part of that, and it was Zach Seselak and company.
Yeah, they've done a great job all night for the most part in that secondary. This is another coverage sack. They do bring 5, but he moves around. Boy, he's elusive in that pocket, and we're going to see the first attempted punt of the night for Weiss.
Yeah, Seselak got that initial pressure. River Anderson came in to clean it up. He had 5 sacks coming into the ball game. The punter for White is Isaac Hernandez. And good kick, but a returnable kick. And here comes Fulmer right up the middle. Fulmer dragged down, but good field position. So Anderson able to hang on after the turnover. Kendall Robertson with the tackle and kind of right back where they were with the football after that 4th down stop.
Yeah, nice return by Fulmer. He realized he had the line drive type punt and made a nice move, 15, 18 yards on the return to set him up in good starting field position.
Derbyshire an option look, but he keeps it in. Boy, McPeak's had a nice ball game.
The entire front seven of this defensive front's had a good ball game, Roger. They've just stayed in their lanes. You can see, well played. If you got the pitch man, you got to go to the pitch man. Did a nice job taking the pitch away, turning the quarterback back inside for a 2-yard gain.
That was Kaufman who had Crenshaw, so Derbyshire had to tuck it in and run. Derbyshire pocket breaks down and he cannot stay on his feet. Looked like he might get away from the pressure, but just stumbled down. And boy, we have seen a ton of negative plays on these two quarterbacks.
Yeah, these defensive fronts have just played a fantastic ball game on both sides. And trying to get vertical right here. This is something down the field. Almost kept his balance getting to the outside, but couldn't. Now, so how many times have we said this? 3rd and long.
A lot. That was D.D. Houston got the pressure. Boy, Tylen Henderson, the sophomore middle linebacker, just bull rushing right up the middle, too.
Playing cover 4 in the back end, 4 deep safeties.
They set up a receiver screen, but Hatcher's not going to get much. Weiss able to kind of soften up a little bit and not allow a big play. And I think you're going to have to punt it away here.
3 and out. Again, defense just an outstanding job. He's, play everything in front of you on 3rd and 15 and come up and make the tackle, and they do it. Almost got the last one blocked. See what happens here.
Yeah, McMillan, he tried to fake. That was unsuccessful, and then nearly had a block as KJ Washington back deep. This one gets a nice bounce down the sideline and then turns in. So a break there for Anderson as McMillan was able to at least turn it over. But again, Weiss, the defense steps up, and we're more than midway through this 3rd quarter, and they've got the ball in a 2-touchdown lead.
Yeah, they're pitching a shutout. Their offense is getting things done. How about it? We didn't have many possessions in the first half. Now this is the 5th possession already here in the 3rd quarter.
Jasper, no, that time short gain on the play. That's Kendall Robertson, the senior running back, just 5 carries coming in. Levon, kind of a stalemate with these two defenses tonight.
Yeah, not much going on, especially right here in the second half, a little under 5 minutes, just under 5 minutes to go in the 3rd. Very stingy, especially up front. It's not getting past the line of scrimmage pretty often at all, really.
You're down there next to Malcolm Hill. He's kind of a bundle of energy, isn't he?
Absolutely, man. Firecracker, man. Just constantly getting out plays and calling out substitutions and getting guys on and off the field.
Shad, play action going up top, but over the head of Anderson Ellen. You start to wonder about Shad with all that pressure if he hears some footsteps.
Well, yeah, absolutely. He's got to feel that way because there has been people in his face from all directions all night. He's done a great job of avoiding and getting the ball downfield. In fact, the touchdown pass that separated this game for the second one, he was in strictly panic mode getting outside the pocket.
Another 3rd and long. See how Anderson plays it. It looked like they're going to bring the pressure. Shad steps up, going down the middle, but that one over the head of Trey Moore, and Weiss is going to have to give it right back with 4.5 to go in the 3rd.
Moore was getting some separation, just put too much underneath it, and to see right there, he had a little time too to step into it, but you can see he was behind him. He just too much on the throw, and Anderson defense.
Pocket held up pretty good for him.
Did. Line up to punt.
Hernandez again, the senior. Fulmer back deep. This one takes a big bounce right at Fulmer, and I think he was down on his knee.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a break for Weiss. He had some room, but he had to go down to get it, and the knee touched the turf. He doesn't think it did. I think he's pointing to the big board. He doesn't get the benefit of a replay.
Yeah, he's on his knee.
Yeah.
He didn't think he was down, but he was down. That's a proper call.
Well, that probably cost him 10 or so yards in return. But Anderson has it back. 4:22 to go.
Too many men on the field. There were 12 players defensively on the field, so
they took
Weiss
a
has to take a timeout. Coaches are a lot like broadcasters. Sometimes we're always counting to make sure how many are out there. I said, man, that looks too many. And from the sideline, the coach saw that too, and he immediately went, hey, we need a timeout.
Yeah, we mentioned what's at stake for Anderson. It's a program that Donald Hatcher has built in his 4th year. Again, they have that 2010 shared district title with Westlake. The last time and the only time they won 10 games. The only time they won a playoff game. And last year they went 7-4 and 5-3 in district play. Here comes Crenshaw, cuts it up and stays on his feet, fights his way up, and picks up a hard 4 yards.
They have bottled him up all night. This has his longest run, as you mentioned, has been for 9 yards, and get him down just short of the 35-yard line.
And they'll call it 5 yards on the gain. So 2nd and 5 for Anderson. Derbyshire up top, got a man, Fulmer. Fulmer's got some room. Down the sideline, Jay Fulmer into the end zone. Touchdown, Anderson. 2 plays, and they are right back in it.
Down the field, 65 yards for the touchdown. I don't see a flag anywhere at this point. So I think now there is some conversation here. I just know there was something odd at the end of this when one of the officials starts coming back. So,
or did he step out of bounds on the sideline? They're standing at the 11-yard line. Dustin Drawhorn, our referee tonight. We'll see. Let's go down to Levon. Did you see a flag, Levon?
I did see the flag come out. I'm not sure what the call was just yet.
Okay, because
but it is on that first pylon before you, right when you enter the end zone.
Here we go. Can you hear me now? Touchdown. There you go. Well, whatever it was picked up, and just like that, the Trojans are back in it. They get the big play. Derbyshire, his 14th touchdown pass of the season, and Fulmer with his 9th touchdown catch.
Showed you some speed after he made the catch to get into the end zone.
Ostbo, the extra point. And we got a 1-score game. 3:38 to go in the 3rd.
Shift into a more affordable auto loan by refinancing with A+ FCU, Austin's best credit union. With our A+ Beat Your Rate offer, save 1% APR or more off your current auto loan rate and get on the road to living your A+ life. With lower monthly payments, less interest, and a faster loan payoff. Apply today at aplusfcu.org/beatyourrate.
Let nothing stand between you and the tree stand with the fast, durable Kubota Sidekick. Be ready year-round with the Kubota Sidekick. Visit your local Kubota dealer today.
From the Texas coast to the Texas Hill Country, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
Austin, we see you, and we know you want a dealership as diverse as you. At Capital Chevrolet, we've got you. No matter your need, Capital Chevrolet has your back. Shop in-store or online at capitalchevy.com. Capital Chevrolet, we are the heart of Austin.
Anderson on the board, a big touchdown pass from Cove Derbyshire to Jay Fulmer, and now a 7-point ball game.
It is a 2-play, 71-yard drive, 65 yards or 66 yards on the touchdown pass. Just like that, you were telling me right in the break, first thing you said, it changes everything, because it does. It's a much different game with a one-possession game now, and a lot of football left to be played. We thought it would be a good one, a much different style of game than we've actually had, but it's been a good one.
That wind is really blowing against Osbo. So he just punches it, and Shad calls for the fair catch. I think that worked out pretty well for Anderson. You get Weiss just 3 yards beyond any fair catch inside the 25-yard line.
They mark it, I think it would be at the 28.
Okay, yeah, so, well, another discussion. Do we have a flag somewhere? There was.
Yeah, it's going to be at the 28.
So here comes Weiss.
They'll start out with an extra offensive lineman in the game. He's been playing at that H-back position when he comes into the game.
Ball on the ground, and all Shad can do is pounce on it. Little mishandle on the snap, and he and Jasper came together, but boy, that's tough on first down.
It is. Hodges Smith is still limping around, but he is in there at linebacker. He's not said, I'm not coming out of this one. They got a brace on that right knee, and he's back in the game.
Second down and 14 now for Weiss. Shad had time, gets it to Shad, and he's got yardage out to about the 34-yard line, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 4.
And now he has to come out of the game, does Smith. He's just not able to move around, so new linebacker in the game.
And that time Shad had protection. They go to Jasper, and Jasper, following the blockers, gets bottled up, and then the second effort has the first down.
How about the young running back right here? He just does a great job. He's bottled up. He hit it perfectly right here, but watching this sidestep, he just bounces to the outside right here, and then turns it up and gets the first down. Pays for it, but gets the first down.
Boy, he's coming with 13 carries. He's doubled that and then some. There's the receiver screen to Big Brother, and picks up about 4 on first down. Maybe older brother is more appropriate.
Yeah. They've had a good night together.
They have. A couple of touchdowns. Back to Jasper, and he is met, and this time he's not going to escape. And that was River Anderson, number 99.
I think he got back to the line of scrimmage. They're actually going to mark him that he made a yard.
A little progress.
Well, I didn't think he got to the 45.
Pierce Miller also in on the tackle. Big third down right now. Shad, receiver screen to Trey Moore. Moore trying to get free, but too many white jerseys are ripping at the ball. He's going to be about 5 yards short.
This is a crucial call right here. Owned into the field. And it's going to be a full 5 yards, Roger, if they do try to go for it, maybe.
Grayson Lake able to
maybe a little more than 5.
Fight off the blocker and then start the tackling. And boy, here you go. I mean, Could pooch it with Shad. Could try to draw him or straight go. They want to pooch it. He mishandled the kick, but the snap does a nice job, and then gets a big bounce, and that's exactly what they wanted. Nobody back, and he pins Anderson inside the 10-yard line. So Weiss able to flip the field, and a nice job by Shad to not panic there when the ball hit the turf.
That's a great point. I mean, he could very easily, you know, he's not the everyday punter, but watch, he didn't panic. He started, all right, I got it, and he just gets it up, and he gets that nose to come over with nobody back and hits at the 28-yard line and rolls down inside the 10.
Yeah, that's about a 19-yard roll, but Anderson gets the stop. They've got the ball with 1:06 to go here. Here's Crenshaw, and immediately hit by Scott. Able to pick up a couple. I mean, look at the freshman, 56.
I mean, just
with a blocker on him.
Yeah, just strong and does a nice job just holding on. And Crenshaw is very difficult for one guy to get on the ground.
Second down, trying to get him to the edge, gets a block, and he's got a first down. Crenshaw takes it out to about the 26-yard line, or check that, to the 23-yard line. They give it to him again, nothing there. That's going to be a loss on the play. Trying to work the middle of that defense, and you can see D.D. Houston says bring it on. See if they run another play here in the end of the quarter. Nope, they're going to take it to the quarter. So it's going to be 2nd and 11 when we come back. Anderson with the ball and trailing by 7. Final Thursday of the regular season. You're watching it on KBVO.
After an accident, every second matters. That's why getting help from Thomas J. Henry is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1, call us. One call puts our legal team in motion. Step 2, we come to you. Home, hospital, or wherever you are, we move fast to build your case. Step 3, we take over. From insurance battles to courtroom fights, we handle it all. So you can focus on recovering while we fight for the results you deserve. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust.
At Howdy Honda, it's all about great volume, volume, and volume. A great volume of inventory with nearly 700 new Honda models to choose from, like Civic, CR-V, Pilot, Accord, and more. In stock and ready for immediate delivery. A great volume of savings with big discounts, incredible lease specials, and even low APR financing options. All of this matched with a great volume of customer service. It's easy to see why we're the #1 volume Honda dealer in Central Texas. Get to Howdy Honda today, where it's all about volume.
Back to the field, Roger Wallace alongside Keith Moreland, Levon Whitaker with us as well, and a 2nd down and 11 for Anderson here as they have the only points in the second half. Derbyshire pressure coming, and he's got a man, and that's going to be a big catch after a run after the catch from Chase Thompson.
Well, he put this one in a very small window. This is great coverage. Right there, just got it in and then breaks the tackle and gets it out to the 40-yard line. They're going to mark him out. It's short of that. It's 37.
Thompson came in with 13 catches on the season. Really big one right there. Crenshaw, patience, and then finds a little sliver of daylight and takes it out to about the 44-yard line. 7 more.
Just a really nice run right here as you see him and watching. I love how he finishes right there, right to the end. Almost gets it up to the 45. Actually, it's going to be a 6-yard gain.
And they're on the tackle.
Second down and 3 for Anderson. Stay on the ground with Crenshaw, and Crenshaw getting stronger. Down inside the 45.
13-yard gain that time. Just look at this run as he bounces to the outside and watch him. Just keeps pushing.
It's got to wear on a defense a little bit as we play into the fourth quarter as well. Blitz coming. Derbyshire over the middle. He's got Fulmer. Great open field tackle right there. And that was Caden Haynes.
They just cut the pins out from under him. Fulmer, fortunately, held onto this football. It's a drag right across the middle. A nice job of playing zone and seeing it coming, and just jumps in front and knocks him down for a 2-yard gain.
Second down, the give to Crenshaw, gets free and then stumbles forward. He's going to be about a yard short of the first down. So about 7 on that carry, and 3rd and short.
Jumbo package comes into the game as they bring a couple of linebackers and an extra offensive lineman. Crenshaw now, as you mentioned, late in the game, defense not as sharp as they were earlier, and he just getting stronger. Come out in the I formation with an H-back.
Yeah, they put Elias O'Keefe in the backfield to block, and they push the pile. Well, I don't know what the spot, if it's going to be enough for a first down.
You don't see many 55s run the football.
That's going to be 4th down, though. They give it to the up man, and
I would think that this would be in the hands of number 1 here.
Yeah, I don't know about going to the well a second time. There's Crenshaw, and he's hit. Crenshaw stays on his feet, not enough, and then he lost the football, but I don't think it matters. I don't think he got the first down. They're going to say he was down, but he's down short. Weiss comes up with a huge stop.
4th down, just a great job as he bounces to the outside, tries to keep those legs churning, tries to go forward, and that knee's down. They're going to say he was down at the 35. They're going to mark it at the 34, just a half a yard short and over on downs. How many times have we said that tonight?
Caden Haynes, the initial defender, and then Henderson was the one that made sure he didn't get away. Boy, how big is that? Anderson was on the move again, and now inside of 9 minutes to go, Weiss trying to get something going here in the second half offensively. Jasper, though, he is in a world of hurt. Bounces off a couple of tacklers and gets free. Oh, my goodness. Elijah Jasper down the sideline. Jasper to the 20, to the 10, out of bounds. Run of the season for Weiss.
He was wrapped up 4 different times in the backfield, kept bouncing to the outside, kept spinning out of it, and then he found daylight. Watch this, folks. Contact here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then nobody wraps up, and he bounces to the outside, and then he turns on the Jets.
So first down and goal now for Weiss. They go right back, and Jasper lost the football. It's loose, still loose, and Weiss comes up with it. Oh, my goodness.
But the Wolfpack recovers.
J.J. Mays, their outstanding center, pounces on it, avoids disaster. The strip right there, and that ball is, oh my goodness, 3 white jerseys and just scored it away.
Tried to fall on top of it, knock it away from each other. How about being right there to make the play?
And Jasper has to come out of the ball game. He's shaken up on the sidelines. The outstanding freshman running back for Weiss. Now you got a second down outside the 10-yard line. They're going to bring in Ty Henderson, but there's a whistle. Did they get a timeout? Oh my goodness, they're going to have to take a delay of game. Now you're pushed back all the way to the 17-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Going the wrong direction.
Yeah, and Levon, you were down there. What an outstanding run by Jasper, but now he's on the sideline.
Well, I'm watching that play, and I'm looking like, okay, this is exactly what Anderson needed to get in the backfield and stop the run game as Weiss tries to run out the clock, and that was just an outstanding run, but I hope he's okay at this point.
2nd down, Henderson in the backfield, play action. Shad going to the corner. Shad, the catch. Waiting, touchdown.
Flag.
And a flag. The flag was well after the play. There was a discussion. They call it a touchdown. Boy, they got a lot to sort out right here.
Well, Shad has plenty of time, steps up in the pocket, and he just lays this up in the air and allows his brother to go get it. And does he get that 1 foot inbound and hold on inbounds for the touchdown?
Yeah, and it's called a touchdown, so there's no review. My goodness, let's take a look right here. Yeah, that left foot looked like it dragged on the green, and certainly close enough where you can understand why they would call it a touchdown. And again, there are no reviews at this level. And how about the hat trick between the Shad brothers?
They're just outstanding. And how about laying that ball up and understanding had his guy have one chance to do it.
Big answer by Weiss, back up by 14. We'll take a timeout.
Smile took a hit. Take it to the house.
Don't worry, champ. I got this.
Smile House. Call today. Get back in the game.
KXAN recognizes the hard work and heart local businesses pour into making our Central Texas region thrive. So keep supporting Central Texas best businesses like these. KXAN salutes North Face Exteriors, a Central Texas best partner.
What a day. All these people are earning their stripes. He's waiting for the walk signal. And those two, looking left, right, left again.
Your world, every night, from Central Texas and farther away. Breaking, authentic, in-depth. Evenings on KXAN at 4, 5, and 6. NBC Nightly News with Tom Yamas at 5:30. Here, together, every night.
Oh, here we go. Weiss back up by 14. Fair catch made. And how about the Shad brothers? Keith Dallas came in with 6 touchdown catches this season. He's got half of that number here tonight.
Yeah, and it's done an outstanding job, made 2 nice catches. This is an outstanding catch. We got to slow it down a little bit and look at the review. If it was reviewed, I would say that it would have been held up.
Yep.
Did a nice job of dragging that 1 foot in bounds, and just an outstanding job of understanding what he was going to do there on 3rd down and laid that ball up in the air just right on the sidelines. It's going to have to change what Anderson's got to do. They've got to open it up and put this ball in the air, you would think at this point, down 2 possessions.
Well, they keep it on the ground. Crenshaw, though, only picks up about 4 on the play, and I'm sure Weiss is happy to see that clock moving.
Now you got to get some hurry up. You've got to have some immediacy, is what I call it. You got to be ready, rapid to fire. At this point, only got a little over a quarter left here in the 4th.
Blitz coming, Derbyshire in trouble, and he's going to go down. McPeak came right up the middle for the sack.
Just a really nice job here. A little bit of a delay on coming that time. Boy, he is just a really good football player, and he just splits the offensive line and in the backfield. No chance to get this ball off.
Third down and 12 now for Anderson. Derbyshire over the middle. That ball is nearly intercepted by Gwynn, and that's going to bring up 4th and 12.
That's to punt it away. What a job defensively by these Wolves tonight. Read that perfectly. You'd say, well, he made early contact. He has the same right to the football as the receiver. He was going to make the catch on the play to try to intercept it, and knocks it away, and it's going to lead to a punt. A 3 and out.
Hakes, the intended receiver, and Liam McMillan back at his own 9-yard line. And that ball is hammered over the head of Washington. Look at this thing roll. Down to the 10, to the 5, and I don't believe they were able to get on it. I think that's going to be, are they going to say it's down at the 1-foot line? Nope. Touchback. Wow. What a huge difference there.
Yeah, it's an 80-yard punt, net 60, but it's an 80-yard punt. And it just, if it stops, if they can get to it and get it down inside the 5-yard line, it would have made a heck of a difference. And instead, it's going to come back out to the 20. You see it right here. Try to get to it, tried to knock it backwards. Smart move, but he misses the football.
Yeah, sharp.
And then right there, on the end line when he made contact, that's a touchback.
Well, Anderson has to have a stop here. 6:14 to go. They've got all 3 timeouts. You get the 2-minute timeout, but they're down 2 scores. See if, Jasper is back in the ball
back
game.
in there. That's important. He's had a big night.
Jasper hit, dropped, lost. That's Matthias Levine.
Play clock is running. If you get a stop here on 2nd down, it might be one of those things when you're down 2 possession, when you start thinking about using a timeout to save that 30 or 40 seconds on the clock.
Well, it's also the difference of not being able to down it inside the 1. It would have been a spectacular play, but then Weiss is in such dire straits trying to get the ball at the goal line. Now at least they have some breathing room. 2nd down, Shad's going to put it up, and that ball is caught. Anderson L makes the catch, but he made that move to try to break free and may have cost him a yard or 2, and that'll bring up 3rd down. Stays in bounds.
How about this is a sophomore quarterback. Now, obviously, he's got a lot of experience, but you put it no in the air that if this ball's not complete, he's going to stop the clock.
Yeah, if this isn't a must stop, it's knocking on the door for Anderson. Clock's going to be down inside of 5 minutes on this snap. And now, they cost himself 5, my goodness.
That's keep the clock stopped as well.
Yeah.
Ball start. Offense.
Wow, that
5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
That makes it a lot more difficult. 10 yards to go. Well, this is a little opening for Anderson. See if they can take advantage and get the ball back. His brother's been his favorite target, but man, Trey Moore is so dangerous, number 9. He's in the slot. They go over the middle, and there's Moore. And there it is. Moore gets free. Right down the middle. Trey Moore. Touchdown. Weiss. Separation.
Well, he was up against a really good football player, Riley, who tried to jump the route inside on the quick slant. And when he missed it, Moore's just too good a receiver. Once you can see him right here, 4, right there on the coverage, trying to jump in front. Was tardy getting there. And after that, it's a horse race, and you're not going to catch Moore.
Yeah, that's Secretariat running. Well, that was seemingly the backbreaker. Not only do they score, they do it on a 3rd and 10, and timeout on the field. Weiss opens it up to 28-7.
Accidents can change a life in an instant. Every day, Thomas J. Henry fights to make it right. We've recovered millions for car accident victims, protected families after 18-wheeler crashes, and delivered life-changing results for injured workers. No case is too big or too small. In the last 4 years alone, we've collected over $1 billion for our clients. When everything is on the line, we fight, we win, and we deliver results. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust.
I was on the football field when my heart stopped. There was no AED close, but our trainer didn't give up. He did CPR for 20 minutes. He saved my life. Now I'm helping to make sure that schools have the resources they need to save others.
Stories like his are why the Austin Heart Walk matters. Every step you take helps fund CPR training, research, and life-saving tools in our schools. Join us November 16th and help keep more hearts beating. To sign up or donate, visit KXAN.com/simplehealth.
Weiss on top, 28-7, back-to-back touchdowns. Jackson Shadd's 42nd touchdown pass for Trey Moore. That's his 17th touchdown catch.
3 plays, 80 yards, took 1 minute 25 seconds, and that's a backbreaker.
Levon Whitaker, you were down there. I mean, Trey Moore, he's special and just a junior. Easy to see why everyone wants him.
Man, that was just track speed. It was a track race at that point once he got loose. And Malcolm Hill just looked at me on the sidelines. I'm walking down to the other end and says, "Come on, let's go." He got his head set off, probably wishing they can get in victory formation, but you still got 4 minutes and 45 seconds of game time left.
Yeah, that's a 6'2", 200-pound junior. High kick. That's a fair catch at the 27. So Anderson now in desperation mode as they are at risk of their first loss of the season, and then at the mercy of tomorrow's game between A&M Consolidated and Lockhart. It just doesn't seem like it's going to surprise anybody. Lockhart 1-6 and A&M Consol 6-1, and if Consol wins that game, then Anderson would share a district title. They'd still be the #1 seed out of 12-5A Division I.
Receiver short. Now they get their next receiver on the field, but still 20 seconds on the play clock.
Derbyshire going deep to Kyler Sharp, and good coverage right there by Washington.
Yeah, he did a nice job. He was on press coverage in the outside and played it absolutely perfectly. Got contact early. I saw what exactly Derbyshire was looking at. He knew he had single coverage there and thought he might get something to do, but that was just outstanding job of playing corner right there.
Yet another sophomore that plays a huge role on this Weiss team. Derbyshire looking, and that one is caught, but I think he was beyond the line of scrimmage. Yep, there's
way
the flag.
past the line of scrimmage, yep. Does this carry a loss of down?
I believe it does, yeah. He found Fulmer, but there you see Dustin Drawhorn.
Legal forward pass. Offense, number 7. Jet penalty from the spot of the foul. Loss of down. 2nd down.
I believe it's 3rd down.
3rd down.
He heard you.
Okay.
So 3rd down now is Derbyshire. You can't blame him trying to make a play.
Got to take it back 10 yards.
Yeah, they haven't walked it off yet. 5 yards from the spot of the foul. All out blitz coming. They try to set up the screen, but nobody turned around.
It's just been a heck of a performance by this defense by the Wolves. You don't look at it. Anderson defense stood up for a long time, but it's just been this defense has just kept the Trojans off balance. They have not had any real established drives. They just can't get anything going, and they're going to have to punt it away here on 4th down.
Yeah, kind of waving the white flag with 4:19 to go. Of course, McMillan had an 80-yarder last time. He needs a 77-yarder. And this one will turn over, but this time not as big of a hop, and now it kind of curls. Now it straightens out. My goodness.
Well, his average tonight is going to be somewhere over 60.
That thing turned right and then turned left. Now, what a performance by this Weiss team. It is a team that was regarded as a top 10, top 15 team in 5A Division I. Beat McNeil in the opener, and we know how good that McNeil team is, and they beat them by 28. They doubled them up, 56-28, but lost their district opener to A&M Consolidated.
Well, the improvement, though, what's impressed me tonight, we knew how good they were offensively and what they could do, but their defense was outstanding tonight.
And again, they lost their leading rusher a few weeks ago, and well, they found a good one in the freshman, Elijah Jasper, guy that's played primarily on the defensive end, and there he is, trundling. Actually, that's Robertson. Levon, more on the freshman back?
Yeah, one of his assistant coaches just came up to him and said, hey, man, it's a little different than middle school, isn't it? As he's sitting on the sideline, Winston, after that long run that knocked him out of the game for a little bit. Don't think he'll be going back in anytime soon, as he's still trying to catch his breath and probably had the wind knocked out of him as he was headed down the field in that last drive.
Keith, when you think about freshmen or rookies, you think the difference between NFL to college, that's a big difference, but still, from college to high school is big, but high school from middle school, when they were playing in middle school last year.
The speed of the game is just...
That one is impressive to see how productive so many of these freshmen are around Central Texas, and that's a first down for Kendall Robertson, the senior, getting some valuable carries.
Yeah, and he did a nice job. It bounced to the outside and turned it back up and finished and got the first down, moving the clock. Right now, they would just want first downs. Let that clock run.
They'll take it down inside of 7, and Robertson nearly busts that. So Laporte's down there in the Houston area, Keith, going, this is the 4th team in the district we have to play in the first round.
I mean, we win our league, and this is who we got to play.
Well, some good ones tomorrow night. Of course, we told you about Westlake and Dripping Springs on KXAN Plus. How about the game in Liberty Hill? Bastrop and Liberty Hill. That's an outright district title. Bastrop trying to go perfect. Liberty Hill undefeated in district play. Cedar Park, Georgetown is a big one up at Birkelbach Stadium.
No doubt. Jet Walker.
Round Rock and Vandergriff. Hutto and McNeil. All those with playoff implications. And boy, Robertson now. And they're at the 2-minute timeout here, and they can go victory if Anderson does use the timeouts, and I have a hunch that might be the case. We'll step aside. A short message from Thomas J. Henry.
For over 30 years, Thomas J. Henry has been in the fight for those who have been injured in Texas. With over $1 billion delivered to our clients in the last 4 years and more than 13,000 5-star reviews, our dedication to life-changing results is clear. But don't just take our word for it. Hear from those who've experienced the difference. Thomas J. Henry. The name you know, the firm you trust.
Lake Travis is going to finish up their perfect regular season. Boy, has there been a season where Lake Travis has kind of quietly gone undefeated like they have this year?
Nobody's talked about it until that Battle of the Lakes, and then that opened a lot of people's eyes across the state.
They'll be the top seed in D1, so they'll take on the runner-up in 25-6A from the Division I 2 teams. And Robertson holds on and then just gets smacked down. But Anderson will not use a timeout.
You had that right. I think at this point they're accept their fate and what is we knew it was going to be a really good football game. Weiss just came out and their ability, obviously the 3 touchdown passes are important, but they were also able to run the ball, Roger, which I think was huge in this game.
Yeah. That offensive line deserves a lot of credit too, led by their center, J.J. Mays. And Robertson nearly popped that one. Mays is a Texas Tech commit. We told you Trey Moore's on his way to Lubbock for that showdown between Texas Tech and BYU this
Maybe
weekend.
In the middle of a sandstorm. You hear about that? There's supposed to be a big one coming.
Well, literally and figuratively with the way that place is going to be. Mentioned Ty Henderson. He's going to visit Alabama. He's got an offer from Miami. He's just a sophomore. Daniel Berry hasn't played this season. Outstanding receiver, and he's currently committed to North Texas.
Just take a knee and this game's over.
Keep it on the ground for another play. That'll bring up 4th down. They do not have to run another play, and that is an impressive performance by this Weiss Wolves team to close out the season at 8-2, 6-2 in district play. Anderson, though, still will, at worst, share a district championship for the first time in 15 years and the second time in school history.
Yeah, and they're still a good ball club, and they got to rebound here. They're going to get an extra couple of days playing on next Saturday as well.
So that'll do it for our Thursday night regular season package. We certainly hope we can bring you a by-district game next Thursday. We'll have all that information on social media, KXAN.com. Don't forget tomorrow night, Westlake and Dripping Springs, and there is plenty on the line in that one, and you can watch it live on KXAN Plus, pregame at 6:50, and they will kick it at 7 o'clock. Very impressive performance by this Weiss team. Outstanding regular season by this Anderson team. They started out with that win on Thursday night, way back on a hot August night at House Park, and now they will get ready for the postseason. That'll do it for us. For all of us at KXAN Sports, making these broadcasts possible, for Levon Whitaker and for Keith Moreland. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Roger Wallace. Good night from the field in Pflugerville.